Yeah, I used to play on Facebook. I met somebody who I was getting on very well with, and in 3 months or so, we decided that we'd like to meet up. Um, I went naturally to London to meet him, had a wonderful weekend, decided that we should carry on seeing each other, and we became into a relationship for 17 months. Just one Christmas when he was staying here, which he usually did stay here on a very often occasion, he fell ill. I had to take him to the doctors on Boxing Day. He was admitted to hospital that day, and he wanted to go back to London to be admitted to hospital. Um, when he was taken to the Heath and to Landock, they said he was very ill and would be staying in, but nobody was actually telling me what was wrong with him. I found out a bit later on he had lesions on the brain, which was discovered when he had his MR scan, and nobody else would say why they've appeared, how they've appeared, what the reasons are or anything. And then one day when I walked in, I found an empty packet of tablets and I took them and came home, done a bit of Googling, and there was reasons for him to have these tablets, and it was either malaria or toxoplasmosis. Now, I knew he never had malaria because he hasn't been anywhere, but toxoplasmosis is something which anyone can catch. It was either cancer, HIV or AIDS was the three reasons for this medication to be taken. And I was thinking, well, if he's got lesions to the brain, it's got to be cancer. It never dawned on me at all that it could be anything else. So the next day went into the hospital, and I couldn't get anything out of him because he wasn't really with us, you know. I spoke to the doctor. I said, I need to know what's going on. And they said, I'll have a word with Jason himself, see what he has to say, and then I'll speak to you. So she called me into the room and she said he has toxo, and as soon as she said toxo, I finished off the sentence for her. I said, I know what it is, where you can get it from, but for underlying reason, he must have got it. And she said, I can't tell you anything else. You have to speak to Jason, but you seem like a very bright woman. And so I went to the door, and just as I got to the door, I had this terrible feeling that maybe it was HIV or AIDS. And I said, if I need to be tested, and she said, we'll test you tomorrow first thing. I went and seen him. I said, I believe that you got HIV. And he said, I'm really sorry, but they told me 2 days ago. Little did I know, different facts come to light. I came home completely shocked. Had a good drink, as you can imagine. I had to tell my children, my family. It was absolutely one of the most terrible times in my life. He said it was 1986 he's had HIV since. Well, it knocked me down with a feather. He was so blatant and careless about his reaction and his answer to me. It was unreal. And I basically was crying, screaming. I'm saying you were my best friend. I was hanging on to him. Well, how could you do it? You know, we're supposed to be getting married and everything. And he said, oh, I had to bury it deep. He just didn't care. And I came out of the ward and I collapsed. And my sister decided that because it was a criminal offence, that it should be reported to the police. So we took action, and it took me 2.5 years to actually get him convicted to this day, and he got 27 months, and that's all he got, which I think is an outcry. Personally, I know everyone said the judge's hands were tied, that's the maximum he could have given him, but I personally feel like I've been cheated. I got this for the rest of my life, and he's just got a few months in holiday camp as far as I'm concerned.